One of the most important and beloved games in history has just gotten its own movie adaptation, and fans couldn't be more excited to find out everything about the first ever Minecraft movie. Are you sure you caught all the secrets and Easter eggs hidden behind this epic adventure in the overworld? The first super cool thing about this movie is that it features real champions making cameos in the story. During a scene where Jason Momoa's character is taking part in a raffle that involves Steve's stuff, there are a few people in the crowd competing with him. And if you pay close attention, you'll recognize some of the most famous YouTubers in the Minecraft community worldwide. Here, we can spot Dan TDM, Aphmau, Mumbo Jumbo, and LD Shadow Lady. All of them have been creating Minecraft content for over 10 years and actually helped the filmmakers with references they needed to turn this story into an incredible experience. And if this has sparked your curiosity, you'll be happy to know that today we're going to show you 16 of the biggest Easter eggs in the movie. Grab your popcorn and watch your step so you don't fall into the nether, because another Cinewave is starting right now. One of the funniest things about the Minecraft universe is that everything in this world is made of cubes, but in the movie's story, the rarest item is called the Orb of Dominance. An orb is basically a sphere, and there are no spheres in Minecraft. But when Steve, played by actor Jack Black, finds a cube that looks a lot like Marvel's Tesseract, this magic cube transports our hero to the overworld. Basically, this cube, which has the power to change reality and open portals to new universes, is a big nod to Marvel Comics. The item does exist in the game, but only in Minecraft dungeons. The thing is, this power is called the Orb of Dominance, and in the games, it's red, pink, and orange, but never blue. The movie could have gone with a red cube, but we think they chose to make this Marvel reference on purpose. We can definitely say that the Minecraft movie might be one of the best video game adaptations when it comes to respecting the rules of the original game. One clear example is how Steve meets his wolf, Dennis. In the movie, they're almost fighting at first, but the hero uses an in-game mechanic to sort things out. In Minecraft, if you want to tame a wolf, all you need to do is give the animal a few bones, and that's exactly what Steve does to win Dennis over. Do you think the movie helps beginners understand Minecraft better? Right at the start of the movie, Steve and his wolf Dennis come across a broken portal, and next to it, there's a box with the missing piece. And here comes a theory. This portal was destroyed by someone, and whoever did it really wanted to keep the overworld cut off from whatever's on the other side. We don't know exactly who sealed it, but Steve ends up showing us why. When the hero repairs the portal, we're transported straight to the Nether, which is the terrifying dimension of the Piglins, a race of evil warrior pigs led by a witch named Malgosia. This villain doesn't exist in the original games and was created just for the movie, but interestingly enough, she looks a lot like the Seer from Minecraft Legends. One funny thing about this character is that she calls Steve round, but she has no idea what round even means, since in the world of Minecraft, there's nothing round at all. And it's probably the first time Steve has ever been called that, since in the games, he's also square. Jumping into the real world, the character Garrett, played by Jason Momoa, is a champion of retro video games. He's a man who's kind of a failure and hasn't had success in life for a while. Garrett owns a game store, but what's really interesting is the entrance of this place. It says he's the 1989 World Champion, which just so happens to be the same year Nintendo held its very first championship. And the font used for the writing in front of the building is exactly the same as the one Nintendo used to promote the tournament back in the 90s. Would you like to be the champion of your favorite game? Drop a comment with #game so we can get to know ya! Going back to the beginning, the first big reference in the movie starts with the game's starting cube. The movie plays around with Minecraft's loading screen by showing the loading screen for a brand new world. And this reference is actually really interesting because the movie's director, Jared Hess, decided to call this adaptation a Minecraft movie, and the reason is pretty simple. What we're seeing in theaters is a brand new Minecraft world, not the same one everyone knows from the games. That's because, in the movie's rules, there are some details from the original game, but they also mix in elements from Legends and Dungeons into a single world. See why the cube that drives the movie introduces a new world? The title of the movie is actually super clever, because it honors the games while creating new rules of its own. When Steve meets the main characters, which are Henry, who's a smart but kind of awkward kid, his older sister Natalie, Dawn, their neighbor who helps them move to the new town, and of course Garrett, the former video game champion. All four of them end up in the overworld and get help from Steve, which is all good, but there's a big Easter egg when our hero shows the visitors his secret arsenal. Way in the back of the scene, you can spot a sign with a warning about explosions and creepers. The movie doesn't really draw any attention to this sign, but soon enough you'll see why it was hidden in the corner of the room. Here's a tip though, never forget an important sign. One of the biggest and best references in the whole movie happens right here, and not because it's something everyone will catch, but because Minecraft fans were truly touched by it. During a scene where Steve is walking through a village with his crew, they pass by a pig wearing a crown. The hero calls this pig a legend, and if you're not familiar with Minecraft, you might not understand what that means, but we'll explain it to you. This is a reference to one of the greatest gaming content creators ever, and especially a legend in the Minecraft community. His name was Technoblade, and his symbol was a pig wearing a crown, just like in the movie. Sadly, Technoblade passed away after battling a terrible illness, and this was the movie's way of paying tribute to one of the most legendary members of the Minecraft community. In that same village scene, Steve shows off a machine he built that pours lava from the underworld onto chickens. This way the bird turns into a cooked chicken and the players can eat. This is a fun nod to the kind of contraptions Minecraft players usually build to farm food in the game. In other words, it's an inside joke for fans of the Minecraft universe. But to make their escape, Steve shows off two super powerful items called Elytra wings, and this is both a huge Easter egg and a big theory. In the world of Minecraft, you can use these Elytra wings to glide across the map, but to get them you have to reach the end of the world and defeat the Ender Dragon, the most powerful monster in the entire universe. That means Steve has made this journey at least twice and defeated the dragon to get these special wings, though it's a shame we didn't actually get to see any of that in the movie. Unfortunately, the pigs managed to knock the heroes down, and they almost got crushed to death in the fall. That would have happened if the movie creators hadn't done their homework. In Minecraft, you can soften a fall by landing in water, and one of the funniest tricks players use is to pour a bucket of water on the ground. That's exactly what Steve does to save everyone, and when fans saw this in the theater, they definitely went wild for this reference. You know who really knows their stuff about Easter eggs? Our channel, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Still being chased by the villains, Steve ends up leading Henry and Garrett into an abandoned mine. Well, at least that's what he thinks, since he forgot about the sign from the beginning of the story. Remember we mentioned a sign tucked away in the corner that nobody paid attention to? If Steve hadn't forgotten about it, he would have known that inside the mine there's a huge creeper farm, and we're talking about those explosive monsters that almost blow everything to pieces. Luckily they managed to escape, but it was a close call. When Małgosia gets mad about not being able to capture the heroes, a very familiar character shows up. We meet the Grand Hog, who is a mighty pig warrior. In the game Minecraft Legends, he's the leader of the piglins, but in the movie, he actually serves Małgosia. When Garrett and Steve get captured and have to fight their way out, the villains unleash one of the most iconic things in all of Minecraft. The Chicken Jockey is a baby zombie riding a chicken, which helps it run faster and catch players, but it's super rare because it almost never spawns, and only a few players have ever had to escape from one of these little monsters. During a scene where Henry has a vision with his friends, a major Easter egg pops up. Steve appears with glowing white eyes, which is a reference to the biggest legend in Minecraft, Herobrine. He's said to be a ghost who looks like Steve, but with blank white eyes and no soul. There's a long-standing internet legend that an evil version of Steve called Herobrine haunts the game, though the developers have said he doesn't actually exist. Still, the movie decided to go all in on this awesome reference. The post-credit scene brings another huge reference. Steve returns home, leaving the Minecraft world behind, and when he does, our hero meets Alex, who's the second default playable character skin in Minecraft. This is a pretty clear sign that we're going to get a sequel. But you don't have to leave our world to find new friends. That's why we picked 2 more awesome videos for you to enjoy. We'll see you in just a bit. Catch you next time.